From the rotunda of the Carnivore compound, deep in the heart of Las Vegas, comes one of Wall Street's Hall of Fame traders, Dutch Masters. Today, Dutch is joined by Carnivore's hand-picked customer protege, who went from being a K-9 cop on the streets of East Tennessee to full-time trader and market strategist, and now heads the Carnivore VIP program. The man who has a guy for anything and always has an answer for everything, even if you didn't ask. Please welcome Godfather.
What is going on, everybody? We're happy you're here, Dutch. We got you over here. Glad you showed up. Appreciate everyone else jumping on. Gonna go ahead and we're gonna bring on Dutch right now and just let him get started.
Hey, man.
What is going on, brother?
How are you, Godfather?
I tell you what, man, I'm happy to be here. It's been a real interesting day so far.
How are you, Godfather?
And gonna be real exciting. What's going on in the market right now, man? Just all kinds of crazy things happen. I know you just sent out that message to our subscribers, letting people know that the market was kind of cooling down a little bit. And now we've already started, but we've got a lot of things in store for us today. I see that you're either by the pool or got your green screen going.
Yeah, this is in order to maintain my the secrecy of my whereabouts, right?
Yeah.
You know? I put up all the virtual backgrounds because don't want anybody to be able to find me.
It's been a real interesting week. You know, there's been a lot that's going on with CPI, with the market the way it is. Meta did what Meta did, you know, to not that I was playing it, which I was, but then of course Google jumped up. We got NASDAQ right at VWAP right now. You had just put out that trade, said, man, this market's a little tired, and here we are. We're right at VWAP right now. Does she bounce? Does she rest? How do we close this thing?
So, you know, it is Friday, so from a short-term trader standpoint, you want to try to get pretty tight on things and lock some things down. That's why I put that out. I saw things kind of roll over when the NASDAQ shot up over plus 300 and, you know, TECL ran up to like 70, 60. And I said, you know, this kind of feels a little toppy. Now, that doesn't mean that it doesn't go up another 300 points today, because it could. The FOMO could kick in. These guys could really move, but I just don't see it. I don't see a catalyst coming down the pipe. You know, I talked to Trader Z, our genius, this morning, and he said that he just didn't see how the Fed was going to do anything for us in the real short term. He does think that it's coming, but it's just not going to happen in the short term. So I think we might have a couple of weeks where, but you know, what was encouraging was that, you know, we had some speed bumps here, and, you know, Apple held up and Nvidia went up, and, you know, a lot of the stocks played ball. The semiconductors stayed like they were going. I'm glad you're sharing that screen. That's good. We've got, you know, you saw, you know, stocks like GCT that, you know, we've been playing in and out of for a while. You know, if the world's coming to an end, that stock dropped 6 points yesterday, and it held up really, really solid. So we felt good about kind of coming back into some more positions. This AV is still our top position. We came into RBRK, which is a new company, IPO'd yesterday. It's a cybersecurity stock. You know, when you go into something just because it's in a cybersecurity software stock and you go, okay, that's cool, that's nice. But if the other cybersecurity stocks are not also doing well, that means that the tone for that sector is pretty crappy. It's quite the opposite here. The tone's good, you know, Crowd and Zscaler and others. I mean, if Crowd and Palo Alto, which is PANW, if those are holding up and going up and doing well, kind of retracing the little pullback that they had, then, you know, this stock is new in the market. It is $6.5 billion market cap, so it's no joke. It's still considered small, but, you know, they got 3,100 employees. They're a real company, and so the institutions can buy this stock. That's my point, is the institutions can buy the stock and start gathering it up. And
right away, right? They can do it right away. They don't have to wait like some of these other ones that we had to do. They wait to get to certain size and certain volume before they can play, right?
Yeah, right. And the bottom line is that they can come in now, but really what happens is a lot of times the analysts wait for the first earnings announcement after the IPO to make sure that comes in, okay. Then they can get a handle on putting a lot more money to work. So this could be a good sort of 6 to 12 month play for intermediate term players.
Well, yeah, it's looking like enough. Look at that flag. It's looking like a flag. It's so hard to tell on an IPO, but that's a nice flag pattern, right? That would be a very bullish flag right there, wouldn't you say?
Yeah, I'm telling you that I think that. So I ran Byte on the thing earlier today, and at about it said that the stock probably should be. Let me just pull that up and see where that went.
Right. So for those of you who are looking at this, I understand the 5-day intraday. This is a brand new IPO. My son saw Dutch's message come out. He was all into it. He's got a trading portfolio of his own. He thought it was Rubik's Cube. He's like, I'm in. I love it because he can solve the Rubik's Cube. He's fast. Under a couple minutes. Under a couple minutes, he's got this. But he saw that and he saw Rubik's. I want it. And I said, no, different one. But
Well, so we had Byte threw off a trigger that said that the stock ought to move sometime around 11:30 Pacific, and it really didn't. It still continued to go sideways. So Byte's okay. On the short-term stuff, not that great really, but on the, intermediate term and also the swing trades, that's where Byte was really designed for. So we use it kind of on the short-term stuff, but it doesn't always work. The reality is that you got a $6.5 billion market cap cybersecurity company. Everybody else in the space is a monster that's 30 or 50 or 100 billion in market cap. If these guys have anything at all going for them, and they've got some good growth going, then, I can see this thing being a 50% gainer without a lot of trouble and maybe a lot more. I was going to tell you, so I don't know how Godfather, I can't wait for you to get out here and ride with me again, because I sold the black bike and I've got the Burgett over here now, which is in the lobby of the mansion here. And I rode that up and down the strip the other day, and all the Japanese and German tourists and everything wanted to take pictures of me and take pictures of themselves, like next to the bike and stuff, because it's like a rolling piece of art, this bike,
Yeah, they're going to be out there doing
Yeah, I know.
I'm checking the weather before I commit to anything,
Well, I got to tell you, like this Sunday, I'm riding with a friend and his wife because we ride in the mornings, okay? You get out of there, you get out at 7 or 7:30 and you ride for half a day. And by then, the temperature's gone from 65 or 70 up to, 91, and you got to get home. Right. So, but anyway, last night, so I decided, okay, I'm going to go ride the big Challenger. Right. So I'm riding the big Challenger up and down the strip. We got the new Sawicki pipes on there that are cracking real loud. And I go in there and I go over to the Palazzo, and I'm walking around the Palazzo and the Venetian and stuff. And for the second time in a week, some guy stops me. And this guy, Mark from New Jersey, is walking through the casino with his dad. And he goes, "Are you Dutch?" And I said, yeah, I'm Dutch. He goes, "I see you on Fox all the time." He goes, "I watch Liz Clayman," and he's asking me all these questions about Liz, and I'm telling her, "Oh, she's great. She's a real pro." And then he goes, "I've been looking at your stuff on YouTube." He goes, "Where's Godfather tonight?" He wanted to know where you were and stuff. So this guy's really into Carnivore. He loves Carnivore. So if you're out there, Mark, watching today,
thanks, Mark.
Shout out to you. So
see us. Hold on. You're going to see me and Dutch. We've already got this plan. I don't know if it's a good plan or not. For y'all that are coming out to the academy, it'd be a bad plan if we're not there. But we're going to go out to Fremont Street, and we're going to hang out with some of the I was looking for a different word. Damn it. Yeah. the entertainers, and
Yeah.
we're going to get some nice content video to put on some of our shorts. Y'all love those. We appreciate the love, but we're excited to see what we could get into.
Well, the so the guy he saw me playing craps and he didn't interrupt me, and so I lost like $400 in craps, and I go over to the roulette table and I win like $2,500.
Right.
So I cash out of that. I figure, that's a good night. Picked up a couple $1,000, and I'm ready to go home and stuff. And I'm walking over towards the cage and everything, and that's where this guy stopped me with his dad. Real nice people. He moved here actually from New Jersey himself. So we got a lot of people moving into Las Vegas from the blue states, and so it's really cool. Anyway, then this morning, I'm sitting here at the desk trading. All of a sudden, I hear, the landscape guys out there blowing, and I go out there to see my friend Ventura, who is this is like a brother. This guy, okay, he has horses. He's got a ranch over here. Everybody think, you look at a guy who's out there blowing and you go, hey, he's got some other dudes blowing the mansion area and stuff, and you go, oh, that's just the landscape guy. This is not just a landscape guy, all right? This guy's got like multiple businesses. He's got a ranch.
Most do, yeah.
Yeah, this guy's a serious guy, right? So he wants to go riding horses with me, and he says, "Hey, man, you haven't paid me in 4 months, so there goes the $2,000, right?" So I'm glad I won some money last night because pays for the stuff around the mansion here, right?
I wanted to show you right here. Look, it looks like Dow over there on the left, the Dow Jones. It's up 165. Look at that upper level consolidation right there, pointing right up there. I thought that's interesting. Dow has kind of been the leader lately over NASDAQ and whatnot. But that looks pretty healthy there, Dutch, for maybe an end of week close. I don't know what we'd have to do to get back, but it's definitely trying hard to push up.
Let's see here. It's not above the high. It's not hitting a new high for the day. So if it fails here, this thing's going down. It's failing. But right now the Gator is open, and it looks like it wants to go up and maybe challenge that high for the day.
That's interesting. Yeah, considering that it's just.
Hey, are you allowing people to type in questions or anything?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
All right, so they can go ahead and type in questions.
We got a poll going too. So far, 68% of the people think that the market's going to go higher, be higher by the end of the day today. So that's good. That's the sentiment out there in carnivore land.
Oh, that's great.
Yeah, so that's that. But yeah, y'all, I was going to actually bring up, I think, let's see, Falcons took a QB in round 1. Oh, Donk. Okay, that's Donk. That wasn't really. Let's see.
Let me get into some of the stocks that we currently have here. So, the biggest position, AV. All right. Hopefully, everybody understands what these guys do.
Yeah.
You should go to their website because it's really actually pretty cool. This is all about drones and robots with guns and Ukraine and Israel and wherever the hell else that non-thinking Blinken wants to go blow shit up.
I actually think that we can get to their website maybe. So.
Oh, okay, that'd be cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
So last quarter when they announced their announcement surprised the street. They were their earnings were up 90% over the previous year's same quarter. Big blowout, okay? Stock went from 125 to 182, and we sold it, and it peeled back down to, the 150, 155 area. We actually re-entered at 150 and change here recently. We're now at 156, so we're in the black. Oh, there it is. Yeah, good. There it is.
Wow, man. Helms know what I'm doing.
Hey, look at that. See, look at those drones, man.
Dude, it is a cool website.
Isn't that kind of cool?
Dude, look at that. Yeah, this is not the drone that I'm bringing with us to the academy. Just, oh, shit. Uh-oh. Ah! Man. Dude.
Oh. No drones in the city of Las Vegas.
Dude, look at that.
So anyway, their earnings don't come up, I don't think, until, let me just check here. It looks like June 25th is what I'm seeing. That's crazy, right? So June 25th. So we got a long ways out for the earnings to be announced. That's good and bad. This stock typically doesn't march up until a little sooner, closer to the earnings, okay? But this time it might, because again, you've got a $4 or $5 billion market cap company, still considered small, but it's got some good liquidity. It's got good market makers. You know, it trades pretty righteously. You know, it's not weird. And you're in a good sector. And I cannot see, in my mind's eye, any way that this thing doesn't blow numbers away again. I mean, look at all the money that just got approved through Congress. These guys are going to pick up a ton of that money. So I think they're just going to blow the doors off again. Between now and then, you know, it's going to trade maybe with the market, but my guess is the thing starts to move ahead of that, and we can maybe get this thing back to a 170, 180 level. And if it's up there, we're already in the black big time, right? So then you can say, fine, we'll take some profits off the table, let them announce. But if we decide to stay through the announcement, you know, for some portion of the position, I feel pretty confident they're going to blow the numbers away. So that's our largest position. That to me, that's kind of a 2, 3, 4, 5 month no-brainer for the intermediate term trader. And then this new one, RBRK, we'll see how it goes. There's obviously probably not any options available on it. So if they want to get exposed to that stock, they have to actually buy the stock, which is a good thing for us because they'll drive it up. We had another defense contractor go public yesterday, and it absolutely boomed, but is now peeling back a little bit today. The symbol is LOAR. So you might want to keep that one on your radar to see what's going on with that.
Oh, wow, that did peel back.
Yeah, that's peeled back a little bit, but that boomed on the on the IPO. Now GDS is actually has done well for us, but it hasn't really taken off. It's a Chinese company. I hate Chinese companies, so as soon as we get enough profit in there, I'm probably leaving that position just out of the fact that I hate Chinese companies.
It's mostly because they just don't trade righteously. I mean, that's the biggest thing, right? I mean,
well, that and you can get doesn't have anything to do with China other than the fact that they lie about, you know, about their numbers all the time. So
that's what I meant. Yeah.
So you can't trust what's going on over there. So, you know, with what they say, so you got to go ahead and, you know, take your profit when you can and just get out of the way. VRT is boomed like a maniac. We didn't have the stock in the portfolio, the model portfolio. We have it over in the sector rotation portfolio. It's one of the larger holdings over there, and we just added to it again this morning. Yeah. VRT is part of, as Trader Z calls it, the AI private club, along with NVIDIA and some of the others that are in that club. VRT is in that club, and that's
look at that week right there. That's amazing. Yeah,
that's what's driving that thing. So. Other than that, you know, we're seeing a little strength in basically two spots, and Z wanted me to let you guys know. So cybersecurity seems to be percolating and coming back a little bit. Your names in there are CrowdStrike and Palo Alto, and now this new one, RBRK, Rubik's. Now, the other area,
bring a question up, or you want to keep going?
The other area is medical devices.
Okay.
And I'm not going to get into symbols on that. I'm going to go ahead and put some of that stuff into the market wrap, so subscribers will get it, but other people won't. Go ahead.
Yeah. All right. Let's bring up Fire and Water Cooking, which, by the way, Swamp Donkey said that he went onto his website. Says he's got some really righteous rubs and sauces. So go check them out. We got his question right up there, Dutch, on the screen. Do you think NVIDIA and SMCI can still run higher? I have made a bunch so far.
Well, SMCI, we were looking at re-entering and coming into that stock at about 750 when it was down there. I don't know whether is it at 800 now? Where is it?
837.
All right. So it's up 50 points today. I liked it around 750, 760. Look, sometimes with stocks like this, you just got to hold your nose and buy and start to, build a position. Yes, the bottom line is SMCI is a winner. NVIDIA is a winner. I had a woman actually email me and say that she wanted to, she was thinking of buying some Intel. And I said,
oh, man, Intel. Oh, my God.
I said, did you just wake up from your 1980s nap?
Look at that, Dutch. I got it pulled up right now.
And she said, what are you talking about? I said, people haven't talked about Intel since 1987. So I don't even know what you're talking about. There's better stocks to buy in that sector. And she was grateful when we kind of told her what to do there, or what we thought she should maybe look at.
Right. Exactly. And
keep in mind,
we don't give financial advice. Nightbot already said it, but we just kind of give our own opinions, and hope for the best.
Oh, by the way, so over in the casino, I like to go in there and kind of get a sense of what's happening with the crowd, what kind of convention might be in town.
Yeah,
so I just wanted to give you the landscape here. Have you ever? Okay, so everybody in the place is wearing like clothing made with hemp or something, right? This is like, and they're wearing like Birkenstocks, and that kind of clothing looks like if it rained, it would just like kind of melt or something. And I mean, and they're like probably eating like parsnips out of their garden or something. I don't know. And so I'm at the craps table, and all these granolas are there at the craps table, with their Birkenstocks and their hemp shirts. And it's like, it's hilarious, right? I like to guess where these people might be from, right? So this woman is sitting there, and she's like, the cocktail waitress comes by, gives her drink, and is waiting for a tip, and the lady's not doing anything. And I said, hey, you gotta tip the cocktail waitress there, and she goes, oh, okay. And she hands her a $1 chip, Godfather.
Right. Right.
$1.
What casino is this at?
This is at Palazzo.
Oh my God. Right.
She's got a 5-star hotel.
Right.
A first-rate casino, and she's tipping the cocktail waitress $1 chip.
That's amazing.
So I said to her, hey, where are you from? Let me guess. Oregon. And she goes, how did you know?
Yeah,
I'm getting really good at this, right?
So we got someone in the chat that said Portland as well. I thought maybe I was watching like the replay, because I see it on there. It's like Portland. I was like, wait a minute, has this already happened?
I said to her, hey, I'm just letting you know, as a guy who lives here in Vegas now, this town kind of runs on chip. You keep tipping $1, someone's going to basically put you in your car and tell you to go back to your goddamn yurt.
The yurt.
Come on. $1.
Yurts are expensive. Look, I'm not gonna lie. Look, I've been looking at yurts. They're expensive. I'm gonna be honest.
A pack of cigarettes is $21 at this place. Okay,
come on. I know that. Oh, believe me, trust me. I quit smoking. So those are the worst people to hang around.
What else we got? Give me a question.
Yeah, what? I'm done about the cigarettes, but okay, let's do all the things that you want to do. How about KLAC?
That's another 80s stock. What's the next one?
KLAC is? Well, shoot. All right. Y'all give me a stock out there. Do we have anything going on out there? I personally want to know. I saw that we went in the TECL, right? So this is a leverage talk. Let's talk about that stock.
All right. So this is a leveraged ETF on the technology sector.
Sorry, Dave. Still like the video though. Sorry.
And so we went ahead and popped it, and we made a good little return and a little profit. It's meant to be traded short term, okay? Sure, if you get a nice run in the tech sector and it runs and runs and runs, you're going to make a lot of money by just staying in it. It's not meant to be traded that way, but you're lucky if that happens for you. All right, so I've got one for you to talk about.
Okay.
We discovered this stock last year, Transmedics, TMDX, okay?
The one that I thought you weren't going to talk about, but that's okay.
Why?
Oh, isn't that the one in the medical sector?
Well, yeah, what I'm going to tell you is, well, this is a medical device company that's fairly new and is growing really, really, really rapidly. And I smell an acquisition from someone like a Medtronic or a Stryker or one of the big medical device or supplier type companies. I don't have any knowledge of anything. All I know is that these guys have got to find acquisitions that are going to be meaningful. And these guys have come out with some radical technology that is changing the way organ transplants take place throughout the world. So I have a feeling that this might be coming. You never know when. Okay, now I'm going to flip to biotech, and I'm going to tell you that one of our stocks got popped a while back, Alpine, ALPN. So Alpine got popped because of its technology and what it does, but the analysts were surprised that it got bought instead of Vera, VERA. And because Vera is further along in their FDA path and their technology, arguably is better. People think that, they might have bought Alpine for, as because it was available and maybe Vera wasn't or something. But if I were going to be looking at doing something in the biotech area, as long as that sector continues to stay solid, I'd be going there first.
Into Vera.
Vera.
Yeah, Vera's a nice stock. I mean, that's a nice quick chart. I know your chart's a little bit nice. This one's just a little bit quicker. Absolutely, it's got a 2.1 billion market cap. It's a nice looking stock right there. So, and of course the heat map. I was looking at the heat map earlier before you came on, and I was seeing that internet was leading the way. Software. One of the things I heard yesterday, Dutch, was that people were saying that consumer discretionary is kind of low, right? We're going in the staples. A lot of people, because they're saying with our current inflation the way it is, that we just don't have a lot of discretionary spending. So what do you think about they're boring stocks, but what do you think about some of the staples?
I think staples are okay.
Okay.
But I think the consumer is gassed.
Yeah, which is what would make it so staples. You got to buy food, right? We got to.
Basically, you're getting down to toothpaste and toilet paper, right?
That's right.
And everything else.
Don't forget about pet food. Remember, the dog will eat before we.
That's
will.
right. That's right. It's the consumer. When you look at what's happened over UPS and some of the other companies, their volumes are down for a real simple reason. If you're not buying as much stuff off of Amazon as you used to because money's getting tight, then UPS's volume, FedEx's volume, whatever starts to drop off. And it dropped off pretty bad, and their earnings got cut in half, man. So we are in a slowing, we're in a horrible economic situation. We're in a slowing economy with high inflation that's persistent. That used to be called stagflation. Nobody wants to use that word now because, Bidenomics and everything. The only thing that is holding up this economy at all is the government shoving money into it. And if you removed, half of the government funding that's going out there, this place would crater. And there's a lot of people who can't get jobs who want jobs. There's a lot of layoffs happening. You got Dollar General stores and stuff closing left and right. So, there's this, things aren't as cool as they want you to think they are. And I think over the next 3 months, those cracks are going to widen and people are going to not be able to ignore it. That's going to force the Fed to do something.
And the interesting thing there, though, is if this is what's showing maybe the gravity of the situation, you and me were talking about this on the phone yesterday, is because in an election year, this is usually manipulatable so that the things can look good. The fact
Yeah.
that they're not able to manipulate this data the way that they've always been able to is maybe a bigger sign overall that it's getting out of their reach. You know what I'm saying? It's getting out of their reach. They're not able to manipulate the gas prices right now. They've already played that card with their strategic oil preserve. They've already played the interest, and we're still now going where we're going. The government may not be able to stop or give this rosy fake picture prior to the election. I think,
Oh no, that's like I said, the cracks are going to get wider. Also, Trader Z pointed out to me that they had to intervene with the Japanese yen last night.
Did they end up doing? I knew they were talking about it. They ended up doing that, huh?
Yeah, it's so that's an issue.
Yeah.
And let's see. So we got the granolas in town. We got Dutch selling and swapping bikes. I've got another bike landing Sunday, and then I'm making a deal with this rancher for his chopper. I'm moving off of the Indians and into choppers.
That's it. You're gonna get taken off the stream.
I'm gonna keep a couple of Indians. Come on. I'm always gonna have my old, Betty, who was my first Indian, and then I've got this Challenger that you know about. God, that bless that thing.
And, God bless that thing. Yes.
Yeah, I mean that's a beast, right? So that's the one that you can just jump on and ride anywhere, and It doesn't matter how long. But these choppers, man, I don't know why they've kind of got my attention, but they're just really groovy, man.
Well, I'll tell you why. It's probably because the only other bike that you've heard that was able to get as loud as my bike. And I apologize to your financial advisor, whoever's supposed to helping you save money. So instead of you just buying my bike for 20 grand, you went out and spent 60 grand on other bikes because you're like, look at all these bikes I got.
Hey, man,
I'm going to be excited to see us ride. Now I'm going to be riding, and I can just see this front wheel out there, like, a freaking ZZ Top video that we're going to make. I'm hoping you can turn this thing, brother. We might need the whole damn desert to turn.
No. I've got these bikes are rideable choppers, except for the Bourget, which is here already. And what you ought to do, by the way, is pull up a Bourget on the screen right now.
I did. It came up with bread. I mean, it came up with Bourget sandwiches. So
it's Bourget, Bourget.
BOU.
It's Bourget Motor Works. It's anyway. They're out of Phoenix. So these guys are known for their paint jobs and their long, rake on the front wheel.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So go ahead and pull it up.
All right.
Bourget Bike Works. They'll dig these things. These are rolling pieces of art. Their paint jobs are insane. They're just so gorgeous. They look like they're wet 24/7 because they have so many colors of gloss on there. Anyway, what else can I tell you?
We got her coming up right now. Let's see here. Bros. Here we go. Pull up Bourget. Hey. All right, here we go. All right, there she is. Let's now get her to go live on this thing. Now, of course, you asked for it, but let's see. Here she goes.
No.
That's what it is. Look at Bourget Bike Works. That's what came up. Sorry.
That is so lame.
It was your idea. I just said, here it goes.
Well, page down and find the damn choppers.
Here's one. Let's see, page down and find the choppers. There's a Fat Daddy. There you go. Let's see. Is that anything? No, it's still on there.
I'm still watching the pink tank top girl.
Let's see here. Yeah, this site is I'm not sure how you found anything to buy on this site.
I didn't buy on that site. You could just type in to Google Bourget chopper for sale and you get 100 things to look at, but you want the pink tank top lady.
I just did where you went to go, and there you go. Take that.
All right. There's a sample.
There's a sample.
Yeah.
That's what we got. That's about like what the one you bought.
Correct.
Yeah. Yeah. If you want to go ahead and add your stream, you add your share to the stream. I mean, we definitely can do that as well.
I prefer yelling at you.
I know you do. That's why I was just going to put back on you. I just like to see when you go over there and you can see what you're looking at. That's the biggest fear is I'm afraid I'm going to share the wrong dang screen. And I'm like, oh, not that one. Dang it. Got the old lady on, got Dutch on. God only knows what's going to happen here. Look, hey, the Dow's at 172 points. We're goofing around here. Look at this thing. Look at it going. It's powering.
Yeah. I'm so excited.
Up 2% in the NASDAQ. We're getting ready, believe it or not, it's Friday. We're getting ready to come into the close. We're getting ready to come in the close here in a couple hours. It's been a pretty interesting week. How do you think we're doing in carnivore land, though? I mean, if you want to talk about maybe we're up a little bit, aren't we, for the year? Maybe just a little.
224%.
Yeah, I think that's important to know for people that are just visiting us. 224%. So
all right. So for those of you who are never heard of us before and are watching this, every year we start with a model portfolio of $250,000, and then we trade the model portfolio in real time, every day, every minute with you. We're doing swing trades. Occasionally, our swing trade will turn into a day trade if it gives us a lot of money fast. But the truth of the matter is it's really meant to be a swing trading type of account. And it's real-time alerts. And what happens is we want to build that $250,000 and get people a 50 or 70 or 100% return. I actually have a baseball cap that says 100% on it. And I wear that around and people say, what's that mean? I said, that's my goal for everybody here to make 100%. And last year we were up 540%. I think we closed that 250 at about $1.6 million in value. And the year before that, we were up 321%. And that was a horrible year, 2022. Bonds and stocks were really getting hurt. And we didn't do it because we magically found the only stock on the planet that was going up. We did it because we used inverse ETFs, which most people don't even know about. So we taught everybody that didn't know about it what those are and how to use them and which ones to use them. And we showed them when we were going in and when we were coming out of those. And what they do is they go up in value when the market falls. So as the market was falling apart in 2022, we used those and would buy those. And the further the market fell, the more those ETFs or stocks went up in value. So we were able to have a great year in probably the worst market of our lifetimes. And I don't say that to be exaggerating. That was a horrible, horrible market. So
yeah, right.
Today we're up about 224% as of right now. That $250,000 is $811,000 as of right this moment. And we cracked through 800,000 yesterday or day before yesterday. It peeled back yesterday because yesterday was kind of a tough day, and now we're ramping back up again. We also have a second portfolio we call the sector rotation portfolio, which is a real simple thing. There are certain stocks that we buy and certain stocks that we sell every Friday, and that's it. So you don't have to be tied to your screen, okay? You can go fishing, you can go play tennis or golf. You can have a real life, not like Godfather and me that are tied to the screen all day, but
right.
That's our job.
That's right.
But what we do every Friday is you'll get in the pre-market report, these are the 3 or 4 stocks that we're selling, and these are the 3 or 4 stocks that we're adding to. So we start with a sector that we think is going to do well over the next 2, 3, 4 months. And we have anywhere from 20 to 50 stocks that we start with, and we put the same amount of money in each stock. And then over the course of weeks, we sell off the losers and we add to the winners. And our goal is to get about a 3 to 5% monthly return on that portfolio, and do it in a way that everybody can play, everybody can follow. It's calm, it's relaxed. You put the trades in on Friday and you're done. And you don't have to worry about anything, because next Friday comes, we're going to do the trades again. And it might be 4 weeks, it might be 6 weeks, it might be 9 weeks that we are in that sector. And then at that point, we will probably switch to a different sector that we feel is going to do better over the next 2 or 3 months. So this is a new thing for us in 2024. And I think what it's doing, it's catching a lot of people's attention, because financial advisors can use it. They don't get in trouble for doing too much trading. Same with individuals who, as I said, have real lives. And, we got doctors, and we've got lawyers, and we've got construction workers and firemen and policemen that are.
I love this bar. I mean, at this point, you're just singing the song. We got.
And I'm just saying. I'm just saying that these, if you're a doctor, you can't just say to your patient, "Oh, hang on, I got to put the scalpel down. I can't do this open heart surgery. I got to do some carnivore trades," right?
That's right. That's why I'm not a doctor anymore. That's right. You're not allowed to do that. Apparently, they frown on that.
They frown on. They threw you out of the hospital.
They frown on that. Yeah.
Hey, I got a story. So I got this buddy named Don.
You got your bikes up there, right? I didn't want you to cry.
What?
I got your bikes up there. I didn't want you to boo-hoo. So all the Borgettes are up there if you see them.
That's beautiful. Yeah.
Yeah. So they're up there.
That. Hey, so pull up one of the nice like pull up a red chopper or something, and not a 3-wheeler, for God's sake. That one, yeah, that one. Pull it up.
almost like I knew which one to go to.
Yeah, you did. Make it big.
I've heard this before.
What is that? That's beautiful. All right, so that's kind of like the one that's down in the lobby here at the mansion. That's nice.
Yeah. What's the story that you got? We got side.
Yeah, so when I was in college, we had this guy named Don who was in my fraternity, and generally speaking, he didn't even bother to put the beer from the keg in a glass before it went into his mouth. He just went right to the tap and drank. That guy became like the head of orthopedic surgery somewhere. Okay, that guy.
Right.
So not every doctor you run into, come on, right?
No, I absolutely agree. In fact, what was it? The movie that you had me watch. I watched that movie. It was actually Get Him to the Greek. I got it. I watched it.
How cool was that?
And I knew exactly what scene you said would be our scene. We can't talk about it on here, but I already know what he said. This is going to be our thing. But I said this, and I said
that's right.
I was with Pineapple. We were watching it. We saw the name of this, but what a horrible name that was. So we never watched the movie. But then we watched it, and
how funny was? How hard did you guys laugh?
Dude, it was freaking ridiculous. I mean, it was absolutely ridiculous. But the whole reason why I brought that up is that there was surgeon there, and they're like trying to do their lives, and then they're trying to do these things. So it was a freaking amazing movie. I loved it. I'm not even sure if my point went to that, but I just had to tell you I watched the movie.
I think Russell Brand, it's his best. It's his best movie.
Yeah, no, get him to the Greek. It was really a good movie. So let's see. Anyways, we've got some stuff here. We definitely bounced off of VWAP here, and we're not doing too shabby, I would say. So
yeah, we're 320. What are we? 324 on the NAS. So it's kind of hanging out up here, 328. So we're basically static here, 330 on the NAS. Looks like it wants to kind of curl up and maybe extend a little bit. I like the fact that the Russell just cracked 2,000. It's up almost 1% today. We're getting participation there. We're getting the Dow it has punched through its old high of the morning, and so it's extending. S&P's up 1.14%. The 10-year bond is dropping off. It's at 466. And so I think that, that provides a nice little platform for trading today, I guess. And I'm just super cautious about Fridays in fragile markets with geopolitical risk and stuff out there. I like to take profits, pay down margin, and kind of be able to sleep. So, Dutch here has been talking about how Dutch needs a nice cowgirl from Wyoming or something, right? As his life partner, his mate, Yeah. And I think I found her.
Okay, yeah. I didn't know if you were going to tell the story or if we're just going to end it. I mean,
no, I think we're going to stop right there.
Okay, good. I'm just making sure because I didn't want to. I didn't get gone either way. Like, don't interrupt my story, and then you're going to.
I haven't.
Viewer on the screen, and I'm be like, "Hey, Dutch, just so you know, your viewer went down by one. You probably know who it was." You're like, "Oh, I didn't send her a link, so it's probably for the best."
Probably.
It's probably for the best. No, it is good. They're fun. I'm sure.
Now we it's hard for Dutch to find a lady who's actually further to the right in his sort of opinions on things than he is, but she's hilarious, man. So
that's awesome. So when you talked about the Russell though, that did make me go look.
She's fearless, and she owns some horses, and she's a cowgirl. She's a real cowgirl.
Yeah, those usually prerequisites. Usually need a horse,
right?
Yes, I think, or a cow. I mean, can you have a cow and be a cowgirl? Or do you have to have a horse and be a cowgirl? I never quite understood it. You're like, I don't even know what you're talking about. Put the hourglass on. So, no,
you are so funny.
You're a funny guy. You're a funny guy.
Half the time, I don't know what the hell you're talking about, but it's funny.
I don't either. It's so funny. I don't have a freaking clue. I'm just saying things. But bottom line is, I know that all I know is I'm doing what y'all taught me in scaling. I mean, this is what a lot of people don't listen to you. You're like, oh, I bet you the Dow's going to go up and try that early market high. So, I mean, I just went in nice and heavy in the UW when you said that and just did a 0.5% trailing stop. So that was definitely made it so I can eat dinner tonight.
Well, hey, since we got on the line, SMCI was up 50. Now it's up 60. It's still going.
Shit, I meant to go and shoot. I meant to go into that one too, because that every time we look at that, we have a chance. Because I remember we were at the academy when it went over. We were like, "Oh yeah, what? You're just gonna go over 900? Oh, fine, go over 1,000. I dare you." And we're just like watching it just go and
yeah,
go.
It did. Yeah, it did.
I mean, it's an amazing stop. But no, when I was looking at his TNA, which is my favorite, that was a Bonnie special. And I went and looked, and my calls on that are up 18% for TNA, which is the small cap leverage. That's the problem when you're a gambler. Is if you're not leveraged, it's really boring to me. You know?
Oh, okay. Hey, I just clicked on the stuff so I can actually see what the comments are that are coming through.
Oh,
okay.
Yeah, you put them up on screen.
Okay. Hey, listen, Kirk. That's pretty funny, man. Liz called. You said you left her toothbrush over at her house. Pretty funny.
Terrific. Now I'm gonna look. These are live videos. I can't edit these, you know.
Hey, look, man. Liz is a pro, man. She's super cool. It's awesome. Yeah. So
no, yeah. Look here. None. That's the problem, Dong. I agreed to do this one sober, and I don't know why. Dong said, "How many?" I don't know why. This is why you don't. I am a functioning drinker, and I haven't had anything today. So that has been my issue. But we're not going to drink on screen. One of my buddies that's actually watching. We were in Vegas, and he has a pretty big stream himself, and he made the mistake of looking over at me gambling, and they shut him off immediately right then and there because he was streaming at gambling. and having a drink. So you got to be careful with some of that stuff. So,
I like this. Intel hasn't moved since 1986. That's awesome. That's good stuff, man.
Dude, let's see. Will you be bringing out the Velociraptor jacket here at the Carnivore?
No, I don't think so. I think, it's too hot now to even wear a jacket in this town.
Yeah. Yo, it is. I agree.
So I got some more Viking tattoos done on the arm down there at Fremont Street the other day, and went down there. Very, very busy down there. Very busy. Everybody, and I talked to everybody, like, where are you from and what are you doing down here and all that stuff. Okay, everybody in the last week has been from Minnesota, Wisconsin, Michigan, and Canada.
Oh.
Yeah.
Well, those sound fun. Where are the southern people at? How come the southern people don't go over there?
No, it's still cold up there, man. They want to come down to Vegas where it's a 91. They can sit by their pool.
Horrible.
And, their wives can go shopping over at the beautiful places, and they can sit at the pool and look at the beautiful babies. And, it's all good.
Yeah, definitely. It's I like it. When I was there last time, it was really nice to have it in the 50s, but it got cold at night. But it 50s, 60s. That last ride we did, that was just beautiful. That was a perfect ride. I am going to pull up. I'm actually do a little bit of business here. I'm going to pull up SMCI again because that one, look at it go. Look at it, $60. I just saw that looked like a nice cup and handle that was for the 5-day that was going. That's a nice stock there, Dutch. What else we got? Let's see. We have got the Academy coming up. Next Sunday, we will meet a bunch of people that are going to come over. Myself, the founders, they'll be over there. Donk, which is on the call, and Dutch, and hopefully Z will be there, right?
Oh yeah, he's going to be here.
That's one of the best things is they actually get to meet and hang out with Z. He's our resident firefighter. That's what I call him. Because they say resident genius, but as soon as Z comes in, they say, y'all better be careful because you're about to get hit with the water hose. So he comes in there and
he lays out some good info for you.
He lays it out. And just so you know, Dutch is mean to him too. So it's in a brotherly way, but he also tells him, be quiet. You're bothering me. You're boring me. I'm like,
well, the thing about Z is, okay, and this is my job and my role with Z, okay? He's got the big brain, and he will go out there into outer space with a with what he's seeing and what's going on out there, and then my job is to bring that back down to earth for the rest of us normal human beings who can say. And I usually ask the question, okay, let's say you're right about the Japanese yen and interest rates and the Fed, etc. What stocks do we buy? What sectors do we go into? What ETFs do we actually buy so that we make money on the fact that you see these things? And that's where the real value comes, because it's sometimes hard to track where he's going because he's doing like circles around Pluto, and you got to find, I'm the guy driving the ship that has to get us back to Earth, right? Where we know exactly what to buy so we can make some money,
No, that is true. No, and I understand that, and I can tend to be the same way, just without all the intelligence attached to it. So I get it,
So IBRX, what is that? Is that the Is that Interactive Brokers? I don't think that's Interactive Brokers, is it?
No, it's Immunity Bio. It's up 22%.
Yeah.
IBRX. It's
is Ricky like some paid shill dude to like try to pump the stock, or is he a real dude that's a carnivore?
Well, he's definitely. I don't know if he's trying to pump the stock, but it's definitely pumping.
Well, we get a lot of what they call investor relations shills that sometimes try to send stuff to us and say, "Hey, you ought to buy this stock," and I'm like, "Man, I see you coming a mile away."
Oh yeah, no, I usually try to do that too with stuff I'm trying to get off of. I mean, I don't actually work for the company. I'm just hoping you'll buy my mistake. So is that the same thing?
You know, we can't edit this stuff, Godfather. I can't believe you said that.
That's why I'm not allowed to touch the text message system.
Yeah,
you don't let me. What is it, like Men in
Donk,
Black?
Donk.
What is it, Men in Black? When do I get my own flashing thing?
Donk, will you get the 4570 lever action out and take him out right now?
I don't think you can say that either. That's probably. What is it? What is it? It's Men in Black, right? When do I get my own flashy thingy?
Hey, yeah, right, where I can go boom, yeah.
When you grow up. Have you ever flashy thingied me?
Okay, Ricky, you're a real dude. I appreciate it, man. Thank you, brother.
He's just great, Godfather.
No, he's just pointing out the stock because it's probably running, right?
No, Dutch is just busting.
Let me see what the story
That's
is.
the nice thing about the midday one is we're just this one we've just kind of made this one just to come out, give a little bit of lighthearted talk, see how we can maybe encourage us into the close of the market. So
no, we can freewheel here a little bit.
I don't murder people anymore. Oh my God, I might be the only one left after all this. Between you and him, I might have to figure out how to.
That's okay, Donk. I got a guy named Lance over here in Vegas. He takes care of business.
Oh my Lord. Anyway, where the hell were we? We were talking about.
Oh, hey, Mel wants to know if we're going to do a trade. Okay, Mel, let's get down to business.
Mel.
Hey, Mel's got stuff to do, man. Mel's got things to do. You know, he's got to go run on the beach and lift some weights because he's such a freaking stud, this guy, right? And you know what? The guy, I mean, you take one look at this guy, Mel, and then, you know, I open the door and he goes, "Hey, I'm Mel." And I go, "Well, fuck, of course you are, because your wife is freaking gorgeous and you're gorgeous and it's just all gorgeous happening."
They are a gorgeous couple. It's not.
Aren't they really? I mean, and what a great,
They really are. They're probably quitting now, but they are really great people.
Okay.
Thank you for being the adult in the room, Mel. We definitely appreciate it.
Yeah, well, it's sort of the role he has to play now and then, I guess.
It is, I guess. Yeah.
Right. Let's see.
Donk is, and you got him looking at the roles. You know, he's like, let's see, Ricky's a loyal CFL. That's good. So you're in.
Right on.
All right. Yes. Play. What if? I think we could talk about something, right? We got mostly carnivores, if not mostly carnivores on here. If we're looking at something, we want to go into the weekend. Do things feel as bad as they did the previous ones? I mean, we think like Israel are trying to maybe work something out. We don't have the tensions that we did. Would you?
Well, look, I kind of gave you guys where I was looking here. Vera has moved up since we talked about it at the beginning of the call nicely.
Yeah. No, I jumped on that one. Yeah.
Duolingo, we went back into it, peeled back, and now it is ripping back higher again.
What?
Yep, it's ripping higher. And then, but if someone, I mean, just looking at how things are behaving right now, you know, I like.
Duo's nice.
I think a low risk, high probability trade in here is probably VRT is the lowest risk, high probability trade. You could buy that, I think, and see that continue to extend. I think a little bit higher octane is with Duolingo.
Yeah.
I think you can camp out with Vera and not be, you know, too worried about what that does. And then the wild card is this RBRK when that starts to, when somebody grabs a hold of that and says, "Hey, I got to get a bunch of that." But other than that, guys, I got to tell you, I'm not. I don't want to go back into TECL because I don't think that we're going to necessarily have another 300, 400, 500 point day in the NASDAQ on Monday. That would be kind of rare. I don't want to do any more GDS because China. And you know, other than that, you've got obviously the SMCI of the world that you know can just go from 850 here to 1150 or 1200. in pretty fast, short order. So that's the best we've got in terms of doing an actual trade right now. We kind of did what we're going to do, and we're out. We're just sitting right now.
Yeah, we're just kind of hanging out. We're just kind of hanging out right now. Duo, Jennifer, my girl, she has done amazing in Duolingo. She bought it back when that was when you had sent the message. I was a relatively new CFL. And you're like, I'm up in the turret screaming. I'm yelling at people walking by from the insane asylum down the road going, Duolingo. And I think it was at like $70 or something like that. And Jen's like, so she bought it. She's like, okay. And then she never sold it, And she's like,
wow.
Yeah,
good for her.
She's like, thanks. And then she always asked me how good I did with my day. And she's just got that stock. And she's like, well, I'm up a couple 100% and blah, 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 blah. She's like, what you do seems like, it's a little bit more work. I said, she's like, I just listened to Dutch. And I was like, yeah, there's that. there's that. But yeah,
I'm pretty pleased that what happened. I mean, yesterday was a tough day.
Yeah.
And
filled.
And normally you might want to sell on a day like that. I mean, it opened down 500 and went down 600 plus, and that's a plunge. And so the idea is, geez, do you panic here? What do you do? On the one hand, we felt a little bit trapped. So what are you going to do? Sell out at that level? No. Not if you've got good stocks, okay? If you've got shit stocks, then yeah, you got to get out of the way because they'll never come back. But we try not to play in that world. So it was kind of good to do nothing.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe add a few here, a few there. I think we punched one stock in yesterday as a new one. And then, that's it. Just take it easy, relax, take the blood pressure down, let it work itself out. And man, oh man, did that thing climb out of the hole. And that's something that when you see a market take a hit like that and then bid back up, I mean, it was surprising because that means there's some strength under there. There's a bid under this market. And it gives you a little bit more confidence to continue to play in the sandbox. If you see a market drop 500, then 600, and then fail on a rally attempt and then drop down 1,000 or 900, you really have kind of a bad, now you got a bad tone and you got to get the hell out of Dodge. Then you've got 2022 all over again, okay? Yeah. But that's not today. Even with this pullback in April, this is not 2022. This little pullback in April has been pretty damn constructive. And, if it's off 6% and then bounces a little around here and then is setting up for the next leg, I think that's kind of where we're at.
Yeah, no, I agree. I know that you had that chart that actually shows where we are, and we've still been trading. We're not out of the zone, right? We're not out of the zone. We're still in a good space. And like you said, there is a floor under this market, and that does help. And it does also help that retail investors are willing to go in and trade, and even with the pullbacks, like with the altcoins and Bitcoins and all that, it didn't scare off the retail investors. I think this time around, and that would include me, that we're just a lot more educated than what happened the first go around with everything just to the sky and the memes and all this. We're what, right back at all-time highs, but we don't have the craze in memes. We don't have things that are just gyrating that could put the market in danger like we did.
All right, so I got a question here. VKTX, you want to comment on Viking Therapeutics. So this is another one in the weight loss category. After the huge spike, it came peeling back a little and has dished out. And now it's kind of moving again today. I've said all along that I think Viking goes to 80. And that was back when it was at 45. And so now it looks like it's kind of trying to march that direction. I guess the difference with them is they're a little bit further behind in getting their FDA approval. But the good news is that what they're getting approval for is a pill form instead of the injectable.
Well, look at the way this is the issue with it. Look at how it trades. Look at that one on the bottom right. That's the 3 month. That is hard to trade.
That's right.
that is real. But I guess if you were to just lose your account password, you'd be fine. But those are rough gyrations to be in and out of.
Yeah.
I mean that's hard, but it is going up. It's a decent chart, I guess, as long as you don't want to trade it. But
well. I can hear the Malinois barking out there. They're probably trying to kill somebody in the backyard.
Let's get Ricky real. Ricky does want to know about us playing real estate. I know we've played a little bit on the inverse side, a little with what was that DRT? I think we played around with. What's your thought? I know the talking heads are really starting to say that that they're not as afraid as they were with commercial real estate. What are your thoughts?
Well, my thoughts are that I've got this from the Nevada sheriff that says that I am certified to carry a firearm. Anyway,
now for the question at hand, do you guys play real estate?
The answer is that no, I don't.
Got it.
And I'll tell you why. There's a million ways that real estate guys can kick the can down the road. Yeah, Greg, you would like me to show the gun on the screen because then YouTube will kick us off permanently.
And then I will be blamed.
Well, in that case, we should probably do it.
You're just mad because you were 20 minutes late getting on.
I was, wasn't I?
Anyways, why we don't play real estate? Because
there's too many ways that the banks can renegotiate with them. There's too many ways that they can repopulate repurpose their real estate. Look,
I'll tell you what, once you start bringing up real estate, though, I mean, YouTube just plugged the stream in 4 different areas for some reason. So there must be a lot of people on right now searching real estate and investing in way of stocks because let
me put it to you this way. If I am bored with a stock that isn't moving, how bored do you think I am with the thought of investing in real estate?
That's true. That is one reason I love Dutch is he's like, what's long term? He's like, well, a couple weeks, maybe
maybe
a
couple of weeks, maybe like what was it my grandpa used to say when he was old? He said, I don't even buy green bananas no more.
That sums me up. I like it.
He would go in the grocery store in California and say, I love avocados, but these are hard as a rock. And they'd say, well, yeah, you got to put them in your kitchen and you got to let them, ripen a little bit more. And he goes, I don't do that shit. Look at me. I'm 89,
Y'all, I just want to take a moment, say thank you to all of our faithful carnivores, our people that came on, supported the stream. Please like the video, help us grow. We last week, Dutch actually traveled, so we didn't do a stream last week. So we always get a little bit of. But next week, me and him are going to be live together. I think isn't it Fed Week next week? We got some real.
Yeah. The Fed's
next week. We've actually probably have to stream a couple times.
I don't know. I guess they might be in their quiet period right now.
They're in their quiet period. Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that means that dicktards like Goolsby can't come out and say stupid stuff.
Right. Right. So I'm going to pull that.
By the way, you guys know that guy Goolsby is now like a Fed dude. I worked with him on Wall Street, and everybody thought he was the dumbest dude in the room. And now he's on the Fed. Okay, that just tells you something. Okay.
Yeah, it was the other week. He's what really, when I was watching him, I watch a lot of these guys live, and he really hurt the market a little bit there. So let's see, major weeks of announcements. Where are we? Thursday, April. Let's go down. That is next week. Look at what we got next week. We got we got ADP employment.
Thanks, Fish.
There you go. Look at Wednesday, May 1st. That is 2 p.m. FOMC interest rates. We have Fed Chair Conference at 2:30. We've got cost index. There's a lot. Look at all that. That's a lot.
Am I the only one who looks at Powell right now? And I mean, does that guy look like he's freaking aged? Like he's worn out?
Well, yeah, I would imagine I'd be worn out too. But so
I mean, it's not like Volcker was like never looked tired. Okay, I mean, he was like, who the fuck cares, right? he was like, this is all some kind of big game or something, right?
Yeah, no, it was true.
And I got to tell you, so who else did we had? Ben Bernanke, right?
Yeah.
All right, very serious dude, very, very smart dude, really good. But nobody was better than Volcker at talking for. Well, Alan Greenspan was as good as.
I like
Volcker.
Alan Greenspan.
3 hours and saying nothing.
I liked it.
It was. I mean, that's an art, man.
I loved it.
Yeah, that's some genius stuff there. But one of the things that those guys used to do is not let any other Fed governors talk for the Fed. Okay, and instead we got Powell here. And I don't know what the hell changed, but Powell lets all these jamokes do their own press conferences.
That's right.
And he doesn't clear what they're going to say. So you got 3 of them who come out on Tuesday and say, yeah, we're going to raise rates because we feel this, that, the other. And then on Thursday, you got 2 of them that come out and say, no. And so they contradict each other. And here's my point. The Fed's job is to instill confidence in the economy and in the United States and our financial world, okay, that we live in, and to keep volatility at a minimum. And what they do by doing that crap is they increase volatility. They confuse the market. It's the worst thing ever. And I'm not the only guy who's come out and said that. In fact, my old professor, Jeremy Siegel at Wharton, has come out in the last couple of years and just ripped them a new one for doing that. Yeah. Because he's like, come on, you guys, you got to coordinate a little bit, have one main dude talk for the Fed so we have a clear message. But no, we got all these jamokes like Goolsby and everyone else in the world coming out saying cross currents and stuff. So it kind of makes our world as traders, a little more difficult.
Right, and that's the biggest thing is before when they used to go to these conferences or they used to go to these colleges, they used to sit and speak. It was no big deal. But now these guys, these reporters, they follow them around. They put them on the channels, and the traders are watching it. And we talk about it in our VIP group, y'all. When you go to the academy, you actually or you're part of the initial Apex, you get into a real special VIP group in Carnivore land. And I usually message like, hey, Goolsby's talking, watch it. And boom, these guys move the markets and they're constantly on. There's times they're on all day long. They're on and they're just manipulating stuff.
I like Lost in Character. He says, Bidenomics is draining Powell's soul from his body. That's brilliant. That's brilliant.
Everyone. So we guess we're gonna, like I said, we're gonna stream live next week. We appreciate everyone being on. We got to let Dutch go get the dogs and see if we can't find a boomer. We're probably good for the week. I would say we've done pretty good. We've had a good week. We've sidestepped a lot of landmines.
No, and I'm glad you brought that up, Godfather, because there is a lot of there have been a lot of positions out there that have literally blown up.
That's right.
And really, really hurt. And we've somehow stepped around those pretty decently here. And half of the challenge is keeping people out of the way of the bus coming around the corner, and running you over when you're standing in the middle of the street, right? So that's half the problem. The other half of the challenge is finding stocks that are going to go up in the right sectors and make us some money. So it's a two-pronged thing. But I guess what I was going to say is, I I think that we have next week on Monday, we have we have a conference call with all the CFLs?
We do. We're actually going to still be Monday.
All right.
Yep. Yeah, we're still. Oh, no, I apologize. We're not. We are Monday, and then the week after. Yeah. Well, don't leave yet. Are we Monday or Wednesday? We're giving.
Are we doing a conference call with the Carnivores on Monday? That's all.
It's a weird on where we are in the calendar, because Wednesday's the first, and typically we do our Wednesday call on the we usually do on the first Monday. So first Wednesday of every month, we typically do our call on Wednesdays.
Yeah.
So we'll have to let you know. Oh yes, Monday. Thank God he didn't leave.
That's right.
Yeah, it's like, don't leave us. Yeah, we're giving information out.
Thank you, Don. Thank you.
Thank you. Appreciate it. We'll get somebody that works here come.
All right, look, we love you guys. Thank you for showing up and listening. And like Don said, it would be great if you refer to friends, somebody who likes to trade stock, somebody who wants to get some good intelligence. My mom can only buy so many subscriptions every year. And and also give me enough money for margin. So you guys could really help us out that way. And look, we got the Academy coming. Thank you, Don. The Academy's coming. We're going to do a Wednesday Zoom from the Academy in the following week.
That's what it was. I knew it
was. By the way, the Rose Garden has exploded. It's fabulous and gorgeous, filled with European roses. I know that sounds a little whatever to people, maybe not really super manly, but I happen to think it's really cool. And we had Cowboy Tim roll in from Texas, and he had a woman with him who had, shall we say, some spectacular attributes, who wanted to go swimming in the pool. And I said, look, I can't even look at that, man. I gotta go to work. And so Cowboy Tim came by and did a little drive-by on us with a woman who had her own set of floaties. And then, Donk's going to be here cooking up some incredible food at the Academy. And if you want to go to the Academy, I think you guys can probably, send an email over to me, and we'll get you set up, and you'll be pleasantly surprised.
Yeah, definitely. If it's something you want to do, definitely go ahead and do it. I told the story last time that Jen was on a cruise while I was there, and we were trading food pictures, and I think I was winning. I definitely do, especially on Tomahawk night. That's definitely one of my favorite. Definitely looking forward to it for sure. So,
all right, these stocks are melting up.
Yeah, it is true. SMCI, man, it's been over 1% since you said it keeps going up. I jumped on it at that time, so I'm up 0.61 on it. I just figured, what the hell? But yeah, they're melting.
That good old Qualcomm is heating up for us now. So anyway, you guys take care and do what you need to do. Lock it down. Take your profits. Have a great weekend. Go eat some steak. Go find a dangerous woman, put her on the back of your motorcycle, and go for a ride. And I'm out.